The Tacoma has long had a great off-road reputation, and Toyota as a brand has a lot of heritage in off-roading as well. That's why many people were thrilled when Toyota applied their Hard Edge TRD Pro package to their smallest and most nimble pickup. For 2018, there are a couple small updates, which go right in line with the changes Toyota made to the rest of the Tacoma lineup. So let's go ahead and see if this small truck has big off-road chops. We would like to specially thank Toyota on Nicholasville for allowing us to come out and film this review. If you would like to check out their dealership and massive inventory of all the Toyota models, a link to their website has been provided in the video description. This color, by the way, is known as Calvary Blue. It's new for 2018 and exclusive to the TRD Pro. Since the TRD Pro sits at the top of the Tacoma lineup, Toyota's Smart Entry system is standard unless you get the manual transmission. As you can see, there are some interior modifications, but we'll start with the bigger stuff on the outside. The TRD Pro has a host of differences from the standard model, but the powertrain is not one of them. That means you have the same Atkinson cycle 3.5-liter V6, which produces 278 horsepower and 265 pound-feet of torque. Like the standard TRD trims, you also have the choice between a manual or automatic transmission, both 6 speeds. Unlike the other Tacomas, 4-wheel drive is standard, and it also has the TRD Off-Road's multi-terrain select and crawl control systems, allowing you to adapt to any particular off-road situation. So obviously, since the powertrain is the same, the fuel economy is also the same. Our automatic version is rated at 18 city, 22 highway, 20 combined, while the manual version is rated slightly less at 17 city, 20 highway, 18 combined. Well, that's the basic rundown, so now let's check out the big changes to the exterior. While the rest of the Tacoma lineup received new grills for 2018, the TRD Pro, which just came out last year, did not. But its fascia was already very different from the other Tacos, with this bold all-black grille inspired by some of the famous Toyota off-roading vehicles. You also get a nice looking hood scoop, though it's not functional. As far as the headlights go, they are still projector beam halogens with LED daytime running lights, except the lenses are smoked. And then down below you'll find special rigid industry LED fog lights. As far as the actual ground clearance goes, this is no taller than the TRD Off-Road at 9.4 inches. However, the big difference here is that approach and departure angles are vastly improved. The actual measurements are a 35-degree approach angle, 23.9-degree departure angle, and a 26-degree breakover angle, most of which are better than the Colorado ZR2. As you would expect, the TRD Pro gets the most hardcore wheel and tire combo available on the Tacoma. These are 16-inch black finish alloys, shrouded in heavy-duty Goodyear Wrangler all-terrain tires with Kevlar reinforcement. For the brakes, they're the same as the regular Taco, with 10.8-inch vented disc in the front and 10-inch drums in the rear. From here you can get a pretty good look at some of the special suspension pieces. The main highlight are these 2.5-inch Fox internal bypass shocks, but you've also got a TRD tuned rear suspension as well. Coming up to the mirrors, they are power adjusting, heated, and have turn signal indicators built in. You will also find standard blind spot monitoring. Now backing up to the side, you better like what you see because this is the only configuration you can get the TRD Pro in. It is the double cab with the 5-foot short bed, while the rival Colorado ZR2 can be had with the extended cab and long bed. But where the TRD really beats the ZR2 is in the safety features. Like the rest of the Tacoma lineup, the Pro now gets the full Safety Sense suite for 2018, which includes automatic emergency braking with pedestrian detection, lane departure alert with sway warning, adaptive cruise control, and automatic high beam headlights. These are features you don't expect to find on an off-roading vehicle, and none of them are available on the Colorado. As far as fuel capacity, it has a 21.1 gallon tank. That's good for fuel ranges of 422 miles with the automatic transmission, and 380 miles with the manual transmission. It only uses regular unleaded fuel. These decals are part of a $700 graphics package. Around back, there's not much in the way of changes from the regular Tacoma. That is, besides for the blacked out badging. The taillights look mostly the same as in the Limited, but they do have a black bezel. And down below, the Pro comes standard with the TRD exhaust to make everything have a deeper sound. You also do have a full-size spare tire. As far as towing is concerned, the TRD Pro comes standard with the V6 tow package, which increases the rating to 6,400 pounds. Looking inside, you'll find a nicely finished bed, with a standard factory bed liner. This is a very versatile space, since you have lighting, tie-downs that ride along a rail, and several hooks. You also have a household power outlet and some storage. Overall, this is a lot of features for a mid-sized truck. Well, with that, we are pretty much done with the exterior. So now, let's check out the cabin. So the interior keeps things simple, since there are very few changes to get my attention. There are 3 exterior colors, but this black leather with red contrast stitching is the only interior color. Turning to the door trim, the TRD has a rubbery material covering most of it. The front 2 windows are one-touch automatic. Like every other Tacoma trim, the seats are only 4-way manual adjusting, which is a little odd considering the $45,000 price tag. The leather itself looks nice with the pattern and red stitching, and it feels very durable. We also have the optional Predator steps, which are only mildly helpful. Besides the different stitching, this is still very much the Tacoma you are used to, including the trucky looks and materials. All of the upper dash is made of grained hard-touch plastic, but in the middle you do have more of that rubber material. All the other stuff is also hard, but it has a very solid and durable feel. Just press the button to start. When you do, this 7-inch touchscreen is standard, along with integrated navigation. The gauges have a nice meaty design, and you have your 4.2-inch display in the middle. It does all the same things as other Tacomas, but you do have some dedicated off-roading screens like this one. The Tacoma steering is a variable assist rack and pinion, and the Pro also comes standard with this leather-wrapped wheel. The left side is where all your audio and phone controls are, and the other side is for the multifunction display, adaptive cruise control, and safety systems. Off to the side, you have buttons to turn on the bed lighting, power outlet, and auto high beams. Moving on to storage, there are plenty of places located around the cabin. Starting off with the center console, it's very deep and felt lined. Plus there is a 12-volt outlet. There's a little place here, cup holders, and a cubby. The floor of this does double as a wireless charging pad for compatible devices. Otherwise, you can use the traditional USB and 12-volt connections. Next to it is the power rear window. The Pro also gets a special TRD leather shifter. Pressing to the left allows for manual shifting, but there are no paddle shifters. When in reverse, the same Tacoma backup camera appears. It does not have trajectory, but you do get rear parking sensors on the Pro. Up here is the knob for the 4-wheel drive controls. Again, this is standard on the TRD Pro. Next to it, you have 3 similar looking knobs for the climate control. It is dual zone automatic, and it's very user friendly since all the controls are in one spot and well labeled. Additionally, you do have 3-stage heated seats for both the driver and passenger. Now let's go ahead and hear a sample of the standard audio system. Sound quality is decent, but I still wish it had the limited JBL audio. And now that brings us to the Entune system, so let's take a quick look. This is not the newest Entune 3.0, but the functionality is mostly the same. The system has a home screen, and you can click on any part of it to expand the options. You have standard Bluetooth audio, and these are your other sources. Apps brings you to the majority of the car's functions. Toyota actually includes integrated navigation standard, although we don't have the map card installed yet. You've also got phone connectivity, and your contacts automatically sync over from your connected smartphone. Otherwise, you have a few other nice things you can do, like customize the home screen's looks. If you'd like to see a detailed look at the Entune system, where we go over all of the features extensively, then please check out our dedicated Entune Tech Help video. A link is provided in the description. Moving up, you have an auto-dimming mirror with compass and home link remotes. And then at the very top, you have specific off-road buttons, like the locking rear diff and the multi-terrain select controller, as I mentioned earlier. It gives you the option between dirt, loose rock, mud, and sand. And that's in addition to the crawl control, which modulates the throttle while you focus on the steering. Lastly, there is no moonroof. So overall, I like the cabin of the TRD Pro. When I think of a hardcore off-roading vehicle, I anticipate the cabin will be dreadful, but Toyota gives you almost every feature from the Limited, making it plenty comfortable. Now I'll switch off to my brother to handle the rest.
The back door trim of the Tacoma is similar to the front, with a rubbery plastic over most of it. The window is power, but not automatic. And moving down, there is quite a bit of door storage for some junk. Regarding the space, the TRD comes in at the same 32.6 inches of legroom and 38.3 inches of headroom as the regular Tacoma. For reference, that is a bit behind the Colorado ZR2. The seats themselves I find to be firm, but still comfortable. Now in the center of the TRD, you have some large cup holders, but you won't find any outlets to plug stuff in. On the ceiling, we've got a dome light, a good headliner, and an assist grip. Rear space is decent, but nothing special. I have an inch or two of leg space, and my feet can slide up under the seat. If you normally haul people in the rear, I'd suggest looking at the Tundra. Overall, though, the TRD Tacoma's rear seat is a nice place to be. Mid-sized trucks aren't supposed to be overly luxurious, and the Tacoma does all of the necessary stuff and more. Since trucks are all about versatility, the rear seats can fold in several ways. The bottom cushion does pop up, and that reveals a hidden storage area. The seats can also fold forward for another storage spot. That's a great spot for tools or anything you want out of sight. seats on the passenger side are manually adjusting on all models. The dash is that same rubber material, and down below you have a really big and dampened glove box. Well guys, we hope you enjoyed watching this detailed look at the updated 2018 Toyota Tacoma TRD PRO. Stay watching for a quick overview of the pricing, and don't forget to hit those like and subscribe buttons below. We'll catch you next time as we sample more of the latest automotive delicacies.